8 seconds.
All those in favor? That's a vote. Under old business, we have the Rockland High School math curriculum, second reading. That's all?
Any questions? Yeah, no.
He pipped it back up to me. Any questions, ladies, on the book?
Since I wasn't here for the first reading, I think Noel for putting the presentation that
In
was
there.
out there in our minutes and everything, and I think it looks to be a good proposal.
I agree. I had a minute to sort of tool around online and look at the links, and I agree. I think Pearson is a long-time book that's worthy of investing the money in. Anyone else?
No, just, it's 10, like you said, it's 10 years old, and after a certain amount of time, I think things do become more obsolete in terms of presentation and so forth.
Right.
Yes.
So I think we put it up, though, Jane, confirm as a capital project?
Correct. It is, we presented it to the Capital Planning Committee and requested utilization of free cash to fund it at town meeting in May.
Okay, so we'll see, fingers crossed we get that.
And I was gonna say, is there any backup plans, so this wouldn't go through if it doesn't get approved? And there's, would we have to look at how to fund that? We have to wait to order and actually engage in the contract until that funding comes through?
I think it's all depending on funding,
Okay.
so it always depends on funding. So if we approve something and we don't have the funding, we don't have the funding.
Okay. All right.
Okay, all right.
Motion to approve the RHS math curriculum proposal.
Second?
All those in favor? That's a vote. New business, we have a new fundraisers. We have the middle school pack for Domino's Dining for a Cause to raise funds for school events, school supplies, and assistant teachers. And we have the 8th grade Philly Trip Advisor. They're gonna sell Hilliard's chocolates.
Hilliard chocolates was always a good one. So, 2 motions to approve the requested fundraisers.
2 seconds.
All those in favor? And that's a vote. And we'll pass to you, Dr. Crum, with the superintendent's report.
Thank you. Just want to make mention of the budget process. The governor's budget came out. The town has discussed the budget in open meeting, and we know we are facing another tight budget year. At this time, we don't know our specific number, but we've begun to work on communicate with our principals and department heads and even teachers. We've sent an email to let them know where we are. We'll keep you posted. Our focus is being as lean and as we possibly can, expecting a deficit again. But I do want to thank Doug Lapp and Town Hall for their commitment to the school department. It's evident that they're committed and that we are in this together, and that is a great place to be when you're entering a difficult time. So as awful as it is, because we have gone through a couple years of cutting over the last couple years. I hate to use the word cutting because there's been a lot of reallocation and adjustment, but it's very difficult when you build a team and you build a system to think of ways to trim it without hurting it. And we are a delicate ecosystem. Each one of our schools is a delicate ecosystem. Those cafeterias, they may look like mayhem, but they're not. And where people are placed and who's there, it makes things work or not work. So it's a challenging time, but again, I am proud of us and proud of the town and proud of the schools for how we're going about it. So I think that we need to keep going with that. And but again, thank you to the town for their support. And I'd also like to mention in my report, we said goodbye this week to Mark Sham as our head of maintenance and facilities. 10 years. I remember when we hired him. There are so many things to thank him for. I'm just going to mention a couple, particularly the building project. He built schools, so we had our own project manager and a project manager, and saved us millions of dollars, and I'm not exaggerating, and I do exaggerate a lot, but I am not exaggerating. He saved us millions of dollars. He also was instrumental, he and his team, in keeping Jefferson and Memorial Park together before, the walls were moving. I can still picture at Jefferson the wall to the gym, and you could literally from the outside move it. And they kept those buildings going, and he did a great job. And finally, an interesting fact about Mark, he viewed his work here as a continuation of service to the town. And he spoke of Scott McKinley and Scott McKinley's attitude and beliefs about service. And that's moving to me. And I don't think he missed a day in 10 years. And if they were to end at 3 o'clock, at 2:45, they'd be up on the roof checking filters. So he was outstanding, and so I want to thank Mark for his service. Jane, you worked very closely with Mark. I don't know if you'd like to say anything.
No, the piece about Mr. McKinley was, particularly moving. We counted on Mark for so many things, and he did things, on his own, not asking for accolades, not sending texts and emails, telling us all that he accomplished. Just every day he came in, he got the job done, did it with a smile, and really viewed it, as service and as giving back to Rockland. I think that's just a tremendous example for all of us. And I found it very inspirational.
That's all I have.
That's all you have. I 100% agree on Mark. I do believe it was just sort of who he was. It was in his blood to be this way, believe in this town and believe in these schools. He was proud of his work. He sort of reached that, that he felt that, like you're saying, it was his service, and it showed. And we were lucky to have him. I know the town tried to take him for a little bit there, and we were not letting that happen. Not if I could save him, for sure, so, but he was just instrumental, so he will be missed. That's all you had?
That's it. Thank you.
So I will move on to you're welcome. Does anyone else have anything to add on Mark, Sean? I didn't want to cut you off. Okay. Public service announcements. We'll start with Ms. Maroney.
Okay. So we have a full week coming up this week of sports. Tuesday, boys basketball is at Norwell. Freshmen are at 3:30, JV's at 5, and varsity's at 6:30. Girls basketball is at home versus Norwell. JV's at 5, and varsity's at 6:30. And then Wednesday, there's boys wrestling versus South Shore Votech at 6. Thursday, the high school has dog block, so make sure you remember that. And then boys basketball is at Middleborough. Freshmen are at 3:30, JV's at 5 o'clock, and varsity's at 6:30. And then girls basketball is at Calvary Chapel, just varsity at 5:30. And then Friday, girls basketball is versus Middleborough at home, and it's their senior night at 6, so make sure you be there and show up for the girls. And then Saturday, boys hockey versus Monomoy at home at 5:20. And then Monday, boys basketball, just varsity versus Cohasset at home at 5, and it's the boys senior night, so make sure you show up for the boys.
All right, thank you very much. That was pretty impressive, with all your dates and times. All right, we'll move to my left. Dr. Smith.
Just wishing everyone a happy, healthy, and restful February vacation next week. That's all I got.
Yes, I was going to say February vacation. It came up very quickly. Winter sports is coming to a close, and I do believe we're going to have some teams in the postseason for the high school, which is great. I think there's a couple of good fundraisers coming out in March. The Harlem Wizards will be back, presented by the high school boosters. So tickets are on sale. It was a great event. We had, I think, over 600 kiddos and their parents, and the Wizards just put on a great show. So that will be the end of March. So I know there's a lot of stuff once we come back from vacation. Shamrock Classic will be in March for the middle school. So a lot of good stuff coming up as we move into March. So stay healthy, and I guess that's it for me.
All right, thank you. Ms. Smith.
I just wanted to send kudos out to Emily Creedon for the last family night they had at Phelps. They had a really great showing and a lot of participation. Mrs. McCabe and Mr. E helped present as well. The next gathering will be on March 2nd, so check your Phelps newsletter for all the details. And I wanted to say have a great vacation, and please get outside. Everybody needs to be outside when the weather gets good. Hopefully we'll have a few days above 40 next week, so enjoy.
A heat wave above
Yes.
40,
Yeah.
right?
One more, do you have kindergarten
I have it in my
Okay,
phone to
okay,
say, yes,
perfect.
thank you. I have Rockland's Got Talent is on Wednesday. It is the RPS Music and WRPS Scholarship fundraiser. It is this Wednesday, February 11th at 7 p.m. If you'd like to come see me as a judge, come along and watch the kids for Rockland's Got Talent. We have kindergarten pre-registration and information nights coming up. Let's see, I should have written this down, but I didn't. It is Wednesday, March 4th, from 6 to 6:30 is M through Z. A through L, is Tuesday, March 3rd. If your last names are from A to L, it is Tuesday, March 3rd. If your last name's from M to Z, it's Wednesday, March 4th. And if you have any questions, certainly reach out to Eston to find out more about registration for kindergarten. Let me flip again. The Phelps Pack, all of their leaders are sort of moving up into the middle school, so they were looking for a chairperson, a vice chair, a secretary, and a treasurer. So if you're interested in being part of the Phelps Pack, they need you. So certainly reach out to Phelps for that. And then I think that is all I had. So thank you so much. Any questions or anything else to say? No? Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
All those in favor? I'm sorry. And that's a wrap.